closing night when we got to see the coolest movie ever.
Yeah.
I've never seen that many film reviewers in a room just become like sports fans.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much fun.
It was nuts. I just did movie fights where they're like, what's going to be the biggest hit of the fall? And I'm like, oh, this movie, The Night Comes for Us, 100% this movie. And everybody's like, it's a Netflix movie? I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, because you haven't seen it.
Yeah. You don't know how magical this movie is. It is, I'll try to pitch it and you can correct it as we go along, but it's from the same team that worked on The Raid and The Raid 2. So
nice.
Yeah. And
best fights.
And these fights are incredible. But the pitch is that the Triad in Southeast Asia, they have this group called the Six Cs, which are 6 individuals that protect the trade routes for gun running, human trafficking, drugs, everything like that.
I love fun stuff.
Oh, super fun. And these 6 individuals are allowed to patrol and protect these routes any way they see fit, so they can do awful things. And one of these members says no more. He doesn't want to do it anymore, even though he's done some awful things.
Yeah.
But you kind of get on board with this, like, okay, he wants to get out, and he has like a little girl he's protecting, blah, blah, blah. You get that. And the Triad responds with, if you want to get out, fine, but you have to get through us. And they don't just send like 10 people after him. They send the Triad after him.
It's definitely like full on video game, like 250 guys to try and stop basically one dude and his buddies.
Yeah, and his buddies are indestructible, basically.
Yeah.
And you get I want to make sure I get these actors' names correctly. I'm going to pull it up. Do you have the IMDb?
I have them up, and I want to get them right too, and I'm definitely not, unfortunately, because of my stupid mouth. But it's directed by Timo Tahanto.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I actually had the pleasure of meeting him at the fest. Lovely dude. He's a really good dude. And it stars Joe Taslim as our lead, and then Ika Uwas, who is the lead in the Raid films. And it was his whole stunt team.
He's so good.
He's so amazing.
That
Oh my
blind seller
God.
fight.
It's so cool. His arms move like machine guns when they're fired.
There's definitely
cool.
definitely like a final fight where Joe Taslim has definitely gone through a bunch of people, and then he goes to basically the final boss, and there's like 2 punches right off the bat. It's like, I'm done. If that were me, I'm done. Like the bottom of my jaw is gone, and it's like, I guess you win. I guess I'm out.
There's one move where someone moves out of the way, and one of the fighters full on like shin kicks a metal girder, and I'm like, my bones are so brittle. They would have just my leg would have just exploded.
It was such a, and this is why you go to these festivals. It was such a great experience because like the movie got a standing ovation in my theater after. We were cheering, and it's just that communal effervescence. It's like when you're at a concert, you know what I mean, and everybody's really feeling the song. Like you were waiting for everybody to be like, one more song, like ask for an encore. It was so exciting. It was so invigorating. It was so like such an electrifying experience. Is the plot way too complicated? Of course it is.
Yeah.
Are there like way too many characters? Probably. Does any of that matter? No, none of that matters.
It's like every Godzilla movie. You're like, do we need this meeting?
No. And also it's cool because it embraces this kind of like almost like slapstick Looney Tunes cartoon energy sometimes, where like a person will fall into a bunch of tacks that are laying on the ground. That just really, it's so much fun. I think it hits Netflix October 19th.
October 19th.
That's when Making a Murderer comes back,
Oh,
and then
shit.
Sabrina's a week after that.
And then Daredevil is also the same week.
Yes.
So Netflix is just like losing its mind.
Yeah, October, November. That's big time for Netflix. There's a lot of good shows coming.
But I
out.
definitely-
I need you to stop this.
Dial it back. I recommend you get your friends, you get a room full of people to watch this together, maybe do a screening on a back porch if you've got a projector.
And you know what's so cool is that because Netflix, it was crazy this year at Fantastic Fest, so many movies, like when the opening graphics for studios starts going, like there's this rainbow graphic that starts and then all of a sudden it becomes the Netflix end, and you're like, more like half the movies we saw were Netflix movies, and so they're not just like Netflix went out and bought stuff and now slaps Netflix original on it because they can, because they have the distribution. These are movies that they funded and they actually wanted to see get
like
made.
Beasts of No Nation.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And so this is, and there have been Netflix movies that I am not excited about that I've watched and I'm like, okay, this is just fine. But this movie is top notch, and I really hope a lot of people are able to see it. Please watch it. And it's so cool that we got to see a movie at a festival and an indie festival that you guys actually get to see pretty soon.
Also, speaking of that, this weekend, I believe, this past weekend, if you're listening to this on Monday,